What's up, guys? Eric Bray, Focus Fishing Guide Service, Table Rock Fishing Intel. Got another video fishing report for you for Table Rock. It is Sunday, March the 29th. Just got done with a trip. It's about 4 o'clock, so I probably won't get this posted till tomorrow on Monday, but we will get this up. Caught them pretty good, though. Pretty good day. A little slow early, but we kind of got them going at the end of the day. As far as our lake level is concerned, 922.95 puts us about 8 foot high. They are drawing this down. They're drawing beaver down, holding everything in bull shoals, it seems. They are trying to slowly release bull shoals, but hopefully the core is going to get us a little bit closer to normal before the fish spawn, so they won't suck the water out from underneath them. Water temperature was a little bit all over the map today. We had early in the day it was about 51, 52. Towards the end of the day we were seeing 60, 61, 62. Bright sun all day long, so it definitely did warm the water up, and it did get the fish moving. The bite was definitely better later in the day than it was early. Do want to show you a little deal on the website. If you guys are not aware that you can, as members, you can post your own fishing report on there. We do review them, so there's nothing crazy on there, but you can post your own fishing report on there, so just want to show you that real quick. Hey guys, just want to show you one more quick feature about TableRockFishingIntel.com. Once you've logged in, you can go to the My Account area and then click on My Fishing Reports. If you already have a fishing report in there, it will list it like you see this one right here. Say you want to add a new report, you've not done this before, it is going to ask you for a title, and you are going to need a title, so we'll just put 3/29/20. Hit continue. Then you're going to have options of the general conditions, the weather, the fish information, how many you caught, how many keepers, the baits you used, so on and so forth, colors. And then it does give you the option to put in some detailed information, and then add pictures too. If you got some pictures of the fish you caught, you can add them on there as well. This will be shared with all of the other members. It's just with members, but it gives you an opportunity to share some information, kind of build a little community, or build yourself your own little fishing log if you want to. Either way, it's just another feature that we've got here on TableRockFishingIntel.com. So there you go. If you want to start posting your own fishing reports, we'd appreciate it. It gives us more content, but it also gives you the ability to have almost like your own fishing log. If you want to keep your own log, how you're doing each day, put them on there. Unless you tell me you don't want them shared to the world, they're available to anybody, whether they're a member or not, so you can see those fishing reports as well. But if you guys are coming down, say you're going to fish the lower end of the lake, pretty good bites going on in the lower end. You've got some dirty water still around, you go up in Long Creek and you've definitely got dirty water, and it runs all the way down to about State Park, but then it clears once you get past State Park, so that's pretty good, and it's pretty clear from the dam all the way up to Kimberling City where I am right now. Bites going on down there. You want to have a swim bait tied on for sure. That's how we caught most of our fish this afternoon, was on swim bait. Caught them towards the backs of the creeks, kind of on secondary points. They were running shad, and you got to have wind. We had wind, we had shad getting pushed back in there. They were pushing the shad and kind of got into an area where they were holding on these secondary points and these little spawning pockets. So they're definitely getting into the spawning pockets down by the dam. Like I said, we saw 60-degree water down there at the end of the day, so keep that in mind as well. Did catch a few on a spinnerbait as well. I've been throwing the Jewel Gem Blade and basically working the old bank line, is I guess the best way to put it, outside of the bushes. Not really getting a lot of bites back into the bushes. I think it's because they're drawing the water down so fast, but those fish are holding on the outside of the bushes. You can catch them on a Gem Blade, you can catch them on War Eagle spinnerbait, whatever spinnerbait you want to throw. You can catch them, especially getting that warmer water, and you can catch a few on a jig, a shaky head, a Ned rig, on the gravel points, but you've got to back out. We've still got that moss. Water came up. There's not a whole lot of moss, less than 8 foot deep, but you get from about 8 to about 18 foot deep, maybe even a little bit deeper. You will run into moss, so you got to either fish up shallow or out 18 foot or deeper, but you can catch a few fish doing that as well. Come to the Kimberling City area where I am today. Definitely want to have a spinnerbait tied on around here. If you get a windy day like we had today or like we had yesterday, fish will move up right up against those bushes. Again, fishing that old bank line, basically parallel, and we're throwing maybe just inside the bushes and then paralleling it back over that old bank line, and not burning it, just kind of slowly reeling it, keeping it about 4 or 5 feet below the water surface. Again, I've been throwing the Gem blade, doing well with that. Catch them on a War Eagle as well if you want to do that. Little bit of a crankbait bite going on. It's kind of one day they bite it, the next day they don't. So, you know, have your rock crawler ready, have your Curve 55 or your Wiggle Wart ready, and work that old bank line that way. Never had a bite on it today, but a couple days ago we did catch a few throwing a crankbait, so keep that in mind. And then a jig, catching them on Pro Spider Jig, again on that old bank line, and maybe just out a little bit. The moss does not seem to be as heavy here, especially if you get on some steeper, rockier stuff. You can catch them on that old bank line, and you basically have to parallel. You can't just throw it at the bank and then drag it back out, because once you get out about 10, 15 foot deep, you're going to pick up moss. So you almost have to parallel, but that's been a good technique as well. Go up in the James River. The James River is dirty. The whole lake has got patches of dirty water, but the James River is definitely dirty. It's brown. You'll get back in some of the pockets, and I mean, it's coffee colored in the back of some of the pockets. Almost look like it's turned over because the water's gotten so warm. But you definitely can catch them on a spinnerbait up there. Gem blade, War Eagle spinnerbait, especially something with painted blades on the War Eagle spinnerbait like Coleslaw has been working. Again, working that old bank line. Catch a few on a crankbait as well. Most of the fish seem to be secondary points, either just inside the secondary point going into a spawning pocket, or some of them are a little bit further back in the spawning pocket, so keep that in mind. The water is definitely colder first thing in the morning in the James, but it warms up fast. By 9 or 10 o'clock, you're going to see, you know, close to 60-degree water up the James, so keep that in mind. Those fish are going to get fired up a lot faster. You can catch them a lot quicker. Again, jig, shaky head, Ned rig, if you keep it around the old bank line or out deeper, you can get bit on it. That 10 to 20 foot range or 10 to 18 foot range has got a lot of moss. So keep that in mind. You can't really fish out deep with a jig or a shaky head like you normally can this time of year, just because the water's come up. I have not been above 0.12. I know the water's dirty up there. I'm sure it will clear before the lower James does, but there's a lot of log jams. There's a lot of wood in the water. Not necessarily log jams, but a lot of wood in the water. And since I'm borrowing boats right now, I don't want to take a chance of tearing somebody else's boat up by running up there. So I can't really tell you what's going on above there, other than they are snagging the heck out of spoonbill up there. So if you're a spoonbill snagger, there's your spoonbill report. From Cape Fair on up to Bridgeport, they're snagging the bejesus out of them. White River, same sort of deal. Same sort of deal in the White River. Have a swim bait tied on. Have an A-rig tied on. Didn't really talk about the A-rig in the other areas, but anywhere you throw a swim bait, you can probably catch them on an A-rig as well. We've been throwing the Kitech 2.8, 3.3 on the Jewel Gem Shad 2.0, or if I want something a little bit heavier, I've been throwing it on the Jewel Net Head to get a 1/4 ounce. Again, most of these fish are relating to the spawning pockets. They're moving into the pockets. They're either on the secondary points or in the pockets. And it seems like early in the day, if it's been cold the night before, they'll back out because they're not really committed. But as this water warms up, I mean, we even saw some cruisers up there on the bank today, so it's not going to be far away. The bucks are already up cruising, so you can catch them on a swim bait. You can catch them on a spinnerbait up there as well. You get a windy day like we got today. Jewel Gem Blade is awesome up there. War Eagle spinnerbait's awesome up there. Definitely catch them on a spinnerbait as well. And you can catch them on a crankbait and a jig. The crankbait bite is the same deal. You want to stay on that old bank line. Try to stay close to that old bank line. Stay out of the moss. Not necessarily up in the bushes, but back on the old bank line really seems to be holding the bulk of the fish. Or throw a jig up there and parallel along the old bank line, maybe even out a little bit deeper, get out to about 9 or 10 foot deep. You can really start to catch them out there as well. We did pretty well doing that the other day up the White, we were up around Big Creek, and that was really probably the best area we fished was back in Big Creek. There's a little bit of color up there. It's not nearly as dirty as it is up the James, and it seems like you go through, just like down here, you go through little waves of color where you'll hit color and then it'll clear up, hit color and clear up. So keep that in mind if you're going up there too. Guys, it is almost the end of March. I haven't mentioned COVID-19 yet. Tournaments are off till June, I've been told now.
So that's probably a good thing for the lake. Not a good thing for those of us who like to fish tournaments. The lakes are still open. Ramps are still open. Core's got no intention of doing that, so it's a great time to come down, do your social distancing by about 20 feet in a boat. But if you guys are coming down, you want to go fishing, you want to hire a guide, give me a call. It's Focus Fishing Guide Service. You can reach me at 417-860-4743. Hit my website, either book online, send me an email, we'll figure out which way to get together. Sorry, website's focusfishing.com. But get a hold of me, we'll get out there, we'll have fun. If you got a minute, you haven't checked out tablerockfishingintel.com, do check that out. Really cool website. We got a lot of information on there. We continue, I think we were counting the other day, I think we put 15 items in the last 7 days on it, so there's a lot of stuff going on there every day. Got the new video series starting this week. Got a new video tips series starting this week, so we got a lot of stuff coming your way on that. Even though we don't have tournaments, we're going to try to fill that up with as much information as we can, make you a better fisherman on Table Rock. But guys, thanks for watching. Can't wait to hear from you. We'll see you on the water.